Subscribe, hype, like, click the notification bell and turn on all notifications. And donate with a super thanks donation in the comments section below for the unfiltered, unapologetic SeanzViewEnt, your home for WWE news, rumors, and backstage chaos. This is where gossip gets exposed around the clock. Now, here's your host, the brash SeanzViewEnt.
Coming on a WWE Clash in Italy over the weekend, viewers, fans, and subscribers. We were all wondering what Monday Night Raw was going to feel like, what it was going to sound like, what it was going to look like. How was the WWE going to follow up what was pretty much most said it was at least a 6 or a 7 out of 10 Clash in Italy. Now, it may have not been up to the standards of AAA. It may have not resembled that of AEW Double or Nothing, but it was still a hell of a performance by the WWE. And, well, how is the WWE going to follow it up? How is the WWE going to answer to what we just saw, what we got, and what we witnessed from Clash in Italy? What was going to be the fallout? Because, you know, the next day, 24 hours away, 24 hours removed from Clash in Italy, you think WWE would, present to you something compelling, something entertaining, something that would leave you on the edges of your seat. Because, you got the summertime coming up, viewers. You got the summertime coming up. You got a lot of things coming together. You have a lot of things forming. You got the king of the ring. You got the queen of the ring. Certainly, there's no way the WWE can mess this up. Certainly, there's no way the WWE can screw this up, right? Well, instead of feeling like a Monday Night Raw following a PLE, a pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it, it just felt like, well, another Raw, another show, kind of like the things that are coming back called live events, WWE live events, WWE house show, match after match after match. And how do you not feature in a segment in the ring or in a match, LA Knight? I get it, he was backstage. I get it, he was in a backstage segment with the Raw general manager. But by God, he should have been in a match. He should have been in a segment in the ring, backstage, that led to something bigger than what we got with LA Knight. I mean, you got to be kidding me with this. This is out of control what Monday Night Raw is doing, guys. We're sitting through this every week. We sit through this expecting, anticipating something big, something special, something monumental. And this is how you follow it up. This is how you follow up a PLE. This is the kind of Monday Night Raw we get. Now, sure, were there a couple of moments, were there a couple of highlights for Raw? I love how Monday Night Raw the next day on their YouTube channel present the top 10 Raw moments. You'll be lucky if you could get the top 3 moments coming out of this show. And again, Clash in Italy, good show, a banger, right? And on this show, you got Paul Heyman getting speared right through the barricade. Obviously, Bron Breakker didn't mean to do that, didn't want to do that. That was not his target. But maybe Bron Breakker did, as he did that, maybe he's thinking, well, wait a minute, maybe that felt pretty good. Maybe I got to do that again. So maybe the wheels are turning. Maybe the vision's going to start coming to an end. Maybe an abrupt halt. And then we saw Oba Femi absolutely destruct that fatal four-way. Oba Femi is going to go into the WWE's King of the Ring. He advances further, even though he wasn't 100%, even though he was injured. But again, viewers, it all boils down to, I want your review after Seth Rollins defeated Bron Breakker tonight on Raw in Italy. What was your review? What was your feelings? What was your thoughts about Monday Night Raw tonight, the red brand? What stood out to you? What was the moment of the night? The match of the night? Was it sunny? Was it cloudy? Was it rainy? Was it dreary? What was Monday Night Raw to you, the viewers, the fans, the subscribers, the suppliers of this very show? On a night where, ladies and gentlemen, Mick Foley says AEW reminds him of the WWE's Attitude Era. Well, there was nothing Attitude Era about this Monday Night Raw. Hell, there wasn't even nothing Ruthless Aggression Era about this Monday Night Raw. WWE Monday Night Raw, we know what it can be. We know what it could be. But that's just our imaginations running wild. Because at this point, listen, you can have all the matches in the world, and great matches. But where is the arcs? Where is the storylines? Where is those things that Monday Night Raw used to mean? Remember when Raw used to mean something? I remember during even the Ruthless Aggression era, I would fly home from work. I would fly home, go over the speed limit just to make it home in time for Monday Night Raw. That is how epic and awesome Raw was, because if you missed a Raw back then, you felt like you were missing something. You were a part of something. You were a part of something special, the spectacle that is Monday Night Raw. But now what Monday Night Raw has turned into, under the leadership of TKO, under the creative vision of Triple H, which I don't know if you can blame it all on the game Triple H, but somebody has to have the blame here, viewers. And on top of all of that, on top of the Raw review, the Raw results, the WWE Raw highlights, whatever it may be, Sean's View Entertainment says, this is your undisputed place to be. Because how much longer is Netflix going to sit back and watch Raw go through the motions? And Monday Night Raw, with all the people that go on Netflix, with all the hot movies they have, with all the biographies that they have, with all the shows that they have, WWE Raw should be ranking and getting a hell of a lot more viewership than what they're getting right now. You got all these series on Netflix, all these series, right? Now, if this was the Attitude Era and Netflix was around, WWE would be the number one show. It wouldn't just be, in the top 10 at number 5 or number 8 or number 10 or number 5 or 6, 7, 6, 7. The fact of the matter is Monday Night Raw would be number 1. If this was the Ruthless Aggression Era, if it was the Attitude Era, Monday Night Raw would be at the very top. But you see, the WWE has to correct a lot of different things. And again, I asked the question, how much more can Netflix sit back during this partnership, during this big thing, and say, all right, how much longer can we go on to this? Are we satisfied? Are we getting our money's worth out of Monday Night? Or was this the right deal? Should we pull out? Should we be bought out? Will the USA Network step back in? And then you're trying to get through a Monday Night Raw that's tragic enough in itself. And then, ladies and gentlemen, on top of that, you got to deal with all the ads, all the commercials, all the buffering, all the ailments that come on, whether the screen goes black, whether the screen goes down, whether it's buffering, whether it's huffering. Just so many different things at play during Monday Night Raw. Now, last night on ESPN, same thing, buffering, shutting off, black screen, something appears to have gone wrong. You see, you didn't get that when Raw was on the USA Network. You didn't get that when SmackDown was on UPN. You didn't get that with the WWE Network when you watched the pay-per-view. You could actually enjoy it. You could actually savor it. You could actually watch it without any interruption. Sure, there was commercials, but it didn't keep commercial, ad, ads all over the ring, ads all over the table. It has become a big blemish on Monday Night Raw in my estimation. And you ask yourself, well, why do you still do this show? And why do you still talk WWE? Why do you still watch WWE? Because there is that hope. There's that hope that it will get better, that it will evolve, that it will actually get must-see again, that the WWE will actually put thought into the show, creative into the show. But I know we're far along away from that. And yes, there was a couple of spots during Raw tonight. Yes, there were a couple of spots that were noteworthy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, do you think Netflix should pull out? Should it be deleted? Should it be canceled? Should it be killed off? Should Raw be exclusive to YouTube? Is Raw even good enough to be on TV right now? That's the biggest question on the minds of everybody. Is Raw even good enough to be on your television screens right now? Or is Raw just a former shell of itself? Obviously, it's not really fair to compare it to the Ruthless Aggression Era or the Attitude Era because we just don't have that kind of roster. We don't have that kind of personality. But you know what? You can be the next best thing. You can be the next better thing, okay? Because it doesn't need to be Attitude Era. It doesn't need to be Ruthless Aggression Era. It just needs to live by the name that it's called, World Wrestling Entertainment. And where is the entertainment? That is what we're looking for. Your thoughts, your review, your comments, your opinions on Netflix, Monday Night Raw, Oba Femi advances in the King of the Ring, and also the women's Queen of the Ring obviously went down. Now, we were all expecting Bronson Reed to return tonight. That didn't go down. That didn't happen. I'm expecting him before SummerSlam, you would have to assume. And Oba Femi says, I will see you, Brock Lesnar, down the road. So you know that is not done, not by a long shot. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. Without you, there would be no Sean View. We brew it up to you each and every day and every single way because the foundation is here and it is here. Subscribe.